Hi, everybody. Greg Caserta, voice of the Trenton Thunder, here with you at Trenton Thunder Ballpark. We are just 2 days away from the big high school showdown, Sunday night baseball under the lights. We've got Mainland Regional and Bosco Prep, and it's great to have both Chase Petty and Billy Kern from Mainland with us today. And fellas, it's good to see you. It's good to have you. How long has this countdown been for you to lead into this game, and has this week gone by slow leading into first pitch on Sunday?
Well, the game I guess it came on our radar a couple months ago now, so it has been a while. We actually got in contact with Coach Rooney about coming down for our Coaches vs. Cancer event, and he was excited about that. And then through those conversations, obviously they have a very, very strong program. He started talking to me about the possibility of putting something special together. So through a lot of timing with what dates would work, and through guys like JT Kroger helping us out with some North Jersey contacts, we were able to get this Sunday nailed down. So we've been excited. We had a big week, so that's actually going to be our fifth game of the week. So we didn't really have time to look forward to it. We have a game today, so it's something that's kind of exciting for the kids, but they've been kind of taking it one game at a time.
I guess this is a question for both of you, but I'll start with Chase. Before we get into the draft and everything like that, how interesting has this season been for you, Chase? Because it's a COVID year and the regular school year was not what you're used to. And now you have this baseball season with a lot of these games condensed into a short amount of time. How are you feeling right now towards the end of your final season here?
I feel great. It's kind of just now starting to hit me that this is my last year with this program. It's definitely sad, but I'm having a great time being back out there with all my teammates. I've been waiting on it for just about 2 years now, so it's great to be back out here.
And Billy, how about for you? Because this high school schedule is not normal, like you said, to play 5 games in a week, almost unheard of when you're talking about non-showcase events and things like that. So how do you think the guys have responded to really a professional-like schedule?
You know what? We've been, as a coaching staff, trying to figure out how to make these practices as effective as possible, because we're at 1-2 tops a week because we have to give the kids a day off in there as well. So it's been a little different in terms of fundamentally is kind of what we've been doing at practice, going over some drills that we would have typically done in March. But it's been great to be out there with them. And then we're having a nice season. We've had a lot of really nice crowds. So it's really good to see the support of the community behind the kids that we're back out there.
Bosco Prep is 5 minutes down the street from where I live. I'm a Bergen County guy. They were rivals of mine when I went to public school back in the day. So obviously always a talented program, but another program that you guys don't get to see very often. So what is scouting them like? Do you have a lot of their stuff on film? And for Chase, how do you prepare for a lineup that you don't really see too often?
Well, I saw them I kind of saw them at the Coach vs. Cancer event, and I kind of took note of how they were hitting, how their approaches were, just because I was working the entire event for the most part. And they're a really good team. They're a really good program with a really tough lineup. But I'm just going to go out there and do what I do on the mound to the best of my ability. Yeah.
And I got to ask you, Chase, what was that moment for you? Obviously, we know about the arm. We know about the fastball that's been clocked at 102. Was there a particular moment that you can pinpoint where it just came out differently and something kind of clicked in your head where you said, oh, wow, this is not what I'm used to?
Well, it was actually my first time throwing against live batters, actually indoor at my training facility. And I was kind of just going through my warm-ups, and I just felt really good. So right before I started throwing to live batters, I kind of just let one loose. And that's when I first time I hit 102. But so then throughout that whole day of live at bats, it was just everything just felt so good and so smooth. And then I took that into my first start, and it's kind of just haven't really looked back since.
I can't wait to see you in person for the first time. Billy said that to see it up close is something special and unique and unlike anything you've ever seen. So, Billy, for you, how has this season helped raise the profile of the program? Because you've been successful there, but this has to bring it to a different level, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of nice players come through. We've had a lot of Division I commits, and we've had some programmatic success. This is obviously on a different scale in terms of what's going on behind home plate and the crowds, and kind of what he's had to, I don't want to say had to deal with, because it's pretty special. But in terms of the little kids around home plate, I've been joking with our kids. Our batting cage is right behind the dugout, and we've been losing balls every game from little guys just grabbing them and holding them for autographs. So I've been joking with him that he owes us a couple dozen after the season, because there's just a crowd of little guys waiting for autographs after games. And he's handled it tremendously in terms of this could go sideways for a lot of different programs. And he's a baseball player first. He wants to play, he wants to compete, he wants to be in the lineup every day. And he's been a great ambassador for our program with how he handles himself off the field as well as when he's on the mound.
So that kind of leads me into my next question. Obviously, Chase, the focus right now is the season and what happens in the coming weeks with the draft approaching. How do you live your life as a normal teenager? What do you do for fun? And when you're not at the ballpark, are you consuming baseball all the time, or do you like to do stuff for fun that's not involved with the game?
Well, I mean, when I'm not in school or at practice, I'm either eating, sleeping, or probably playing MLB The Show. So, I mean, kind of just like day by day, it's really just baseball. And it's kind of how like it's always been for me. I mean, I've always been around the game. I've always been around baseball just in general. And I mean, I never get sick of it. I've never got tired of it. And it's just something I love to do, and it's something I love to be around.
Any Call of Duty, any Fortnite, or is it strictly The Show?
I used to play Call of Duty a little bit. I played Fortnite like way back when, but I kind of stopped with that. And then I kind of like just stopped playing Call of Duty. But yeah, now really it's just MLB and Apex Legends, if you've ever heard of that.
I've heard of it, sure.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm curious because there's a lot of write-ups on you, and you go to different websites and publications, and they have scouts takes on Chase Petty. A lot of these guys have never seen you throw in person. They're watching off a monitor thousands of miles away. Can you recall a write-up that you saw, or maybe one that was brought to your attention where you're like, that is nothing to do with me, that is nothing like me, where they completely got me wrong in terms of my makeup and the way I throw and all that?
I mean, yeah, it kind of happens quite a bit, but I mean, a lot are really similar. But I mean, I kind of just sit back and read them and kind of just laugh and just look at them and kind of just put them to the side, because I mean, if you see me in person, it's completely different. So
yeah.
I kind of just look at them and kind of just brush them off, because it's not really that big of a deal to me. I mean,
Billy, for you, you played at LaSalle, correct?
Yes.
You're an alum of the program. So to be back and to be able to coach this team and to get through a very weird year for everybody with COVID, and like Chase touched on, to be back with the guys, is this the most fun you've had coaching this program?
You know what? In terms of, I don't like to compare years, because we have some great players, and we've had some success at the state level.
Yep.
But this is probably one of our closest knit groups in terms of how well the coaches and the kids get along, and kind of our interactions at practice. It's just they know we love them, and we feel that they love us back. And the success on the field is kind of just secondary to us spending time together. So it makes it really easy they're a good group to root for. They work really hard. And the idea that this kind of circus is all going on with it, our kids have handled it great. We got a bunch of other guys that are playing the play at the next level too, and they all support each other. So it's really, really easy, fun group to be around.
Chase, I'm going to give you a chance to deflect some attention off yourself for a change. Can you talk about your catchers, the guys that you work with, and the guys that, let's be honest, are the real reason for your success? Because without them, I hate to say it, you're nobody without these guys, Chase.
Yeah, no, absolutely. My catcher this year, Cole Campbell, I mean, he's been outstanding, not only just catching me, but catching everyone else, and hitting in our lineup. I mean, he's has the most hits in our team, if I'm not wrong. And he's like top 3 in the state with doubles or something. He's been really hitting the ball really well. and he's finally getting the exposure that he deserves because he's a great ball player. And we spent a lot of time together in the off season, kind of building that bond building relationship of a catcher and a pitcher. So yeah, I mean, he's by far, I believe, the best catcher who has ever caught me.
Can you take me on the recruitment trail? Obviously, you're a commit to the University of Florida in Gainesville. One, did you ever get a chance to visit the school, and how did you first link up with them? And were there any other schools that you got a chance to see that you were really impressed with?
Yeah, so my recruitment process kind of started, I want to say, was it right after freshman year, kind of like that summer. Going into sophomore year. And kind of just throughout that whole year, it just kind of just kept excelling and just kept increasing with interest. So going into my junior year, summers really just kind of when it skyrocketed, and I had some of like the best programs in the country recruiting me. So kind of in the beginning of my junior year was where we were really settling down and really deciding the best fits for me. So I ended up setting official visits with North Carolina, South Carolina, Clemson, and Florida. And Florida was my last visit, actually, so I ended up visiting the other 3 schools. But I kind of just stepped on campus at Florida and I kind of just knew right away.
I've got 2 more questions for you because I know both of you guys are hard at work on this Friday. I don't want to keep you anymore from school.
He's in study hall. He's fine.
All right, good. All right, so we'll do another 3 hours. Just I guess right now, Chase, you're a fan of the game, obviously. You said that you consume a lot of it. Pitching-wise, who's your guy to watch right now? Like, who do you have to lock in on whenever he takes them out?
There's really not many people, but I would definitely say there's probably 2 guys that I really like watching, DeGrom and Stroman. So they're 2 of my guys. Yeah, so I really like watching those 2 guys a lot.
And now a little back and forth for the both of you. What's Billy like as a coach? Billy, what's it like having this guy as your number 1 starter in the rotation?
It's funny that our relationship extends so much further than baseball. That recruiting process is probably what kind of brought us together. He was kind of new to it. He was kind of, to be honest with you, he wasn't really interested in it when it was happening. It got really big, really fast when he was done his freshman year, and he wasn't calling anybody back. So essentially we kind of sat down and created a plan, and we started meeting together, I don't know, multiple times a week to call these schools back when he was a sophomore. And then our relationship got closer and closer, and he spends a lot of time with my family and my wife and my daughter. So the baseball stuff is just kind of an extension of the relationship we had, which is cool. And it's nice to see his success on the field, but I want the best for him. I want more than baseball for him. He's family to me. So every time he steps on the mound, I'm proud just of kind of where he was as the skinny 15-year-old freshman that walked into our program to where he is now. I'm more proud of the man he's become than I am the baseball player.
And Chase, in response to what Billy just said, obviously you weren't so talkative in his class back in the day, but that's obviously changed. And to have this relationship develop and to have him stay on top of you with the recruiting process, that's huge. What do you say now as you wrap up your careers together, player coach?
It was kind of crazy just because I've never had someone who wasn't really family become a part of my family so fast. And him being with me through the entire journey was kind of something that I never really experienced before, and I wasn't really used to, of someone being there for me that much off the field other than family. So it was kind of really just something that's just so rare to find in someone. And I mean, I wouldn't be where I am at all, like not even close to where I am without him and the support that he's given me. So, I mean, he's the best coach I could have possibly asked for. And I mean, he's one of my best friends off the field too. So
how many games left are we looking at potentially, guys? Beyond Sunday, what are we looking at with playoffs and things like that?
So we go today and Sunday. We have 4 games next week, and then the playoffs start right after Memorial Day. So, I mean, ideally, ideally we get 6 more after Memorial Day into the state final. So max, we're looking at 12 going into today. And we feel good about where we're at. I think we can compete. If we get knocked out, it's going to take a team's best effort. So that we feel good with where we're at.
That's great to know, and we'll obviously be keeping our eyes on you guys. Can't wait to see you up close on Sunday here at Trenton Thunder Ballpark. I'll try and get down to the cage and give you a wave since I can't get too close. But I appreciate both of you taking the time today. It's great to finally meet you both. And again, thanks for coming out on Sunday. We can't wait to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Appreciate it.
That's Chase Petty and Billy Kern from Mainland. We can't wait to have them here on Sunday. It's Mainland Regional and Don Bosco Prep closing out the weekend on Sunday here at Trenton Thunder Ballpark.